See, Jim, you outlasted him. Okay, everybody set? Everybody good? I just can take a seat, please. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join with others from the Bridesburg area to remember September 11, 2001, and the price the United States of America paid for our continuing freedom. I'm Commander Tom O'Brien from the Walter L. Mason Federal Post 152, and I am honored again to serve as your Master of Ceremonies at this time of remembrance. We begin our time of remembrance with a fire service tradition that dates back to the mid-1800s. Long before there were radios or pagers, fire alarms and daily announcements were sent from headquarters to firehouses by a system of bell commands and telegraph. When a firefighter died in the line of duty, headquarters would transmit 7 bell strikes repeated in a series of 3. This custom has continued through the years to this day. It is a form of rendering final honors to departed comrades. In the fire service, this is known as the striking of the 3 sevens. Since our firefighter is busy, our DJ John's going to step in and we're going to do the striking of the 3 sevens. Go ahead, John. Thank you, John. Way to step in. At this time, I'd like to introduce Commander Post 821, Ray Lewandowski, to introduce any official party as well as distinguished guests in the audience. Ray.
Hi, I'd like to welcome Joe Usachansky, Sons of the American Legion, NEC, Engine 33D Platoon, officers and members of the following posts: Post 152, 821, 832, and 133.
Thank you, Ray. We have a special group of family members I want to recognize today. They are the ones who every day kisses their husband, wife, son, or daughter goodbye as they leave for work. Police officers, firefighters, and emergency technicians. The events of September 11, 2001 taught us all these professions are inherently dangerous. And to all who serve and protect and their families, we say thank you. Gentlemen, you see they're busy. Let me take you back to the morning of September 11th, 2001, and we all know where we were and what we were doing. At 8:46 a.m., breaking news on all TV stations that a plane had hit the World Trade Center, and most of us thought it was a small plane. The North Tower, as we were watching, could see another plane flying very low, and at 9:03 a.m., it struck the South Tower. A cold chill went through your body because you knew this was no accident and that we were under attack. At 9:37 a.m., the Pentagon gets struck. And at 9:59 a.m., 56 minutes after the South Tower was hit, it collapses. At 10:07 a.m., Flight 93 crashes in Swanksville, PA. And at 10:28 a.m., an hour and 42 minutes after it was hit, the North Tower collapses. In just 1 hour and 42 minutes, our world and lives change forever. None of us will ever forget what happened in America 24 years ago today. The lives of more than 3,000 of our fellow citizens of the United States and other nations were snuffed out in the most horrific act of war ever committed against our nation. Good and decent people died, and new American heroes died trying to save them. 23 New York City police officers, 37 Port Authority police officers, and 343 firefighters gave their lives on September 11th at New York's World Trade Center. And many more have died since then from injuries and complications as a result of that day's events. They too were victims of an attack on America, and they too gave all in service for their fellow citizens. Once again, young Americans wearing the uniforms of our country and armed forces are engaging yet another enemy to our way of life. And some of them also have given their lives for our nation. All these heroes sacrificed their tomorrows so that our todays would be free. We owe them a vow to never forget their sacrifice. And this is very important. We owe them the promise that we shall tell future generations of the price they paid for our freedom. Our children must never forget that freedom is bought with the lives and blood of patriots. Sacrifice is a precondition of a free people. Its neglect comes at a cost of all that has made America what it is today. 18th century dramatist William Harvard once said, "The greatest glory of a free-born people is to transmit that freedom to their children." So as we remember September 11th, 2001, let us also teach our children lessons learned and recalled because of that tragic event. Tell them that they must guard freedom carefully, and tell them that by working together as a free people, we will win the war against terrorism. Freedom shall endure, and we shall never forget. May God bless our fallen comrades, and may He continue to bless the United States of America. At this time, I'd like to have John read his poem, which he has done every year.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks everybody for being here. The poem started out, it was 17 years, since changed the title every year, now it's 24 years. 24 years have passed. Are you as guilty as am I of forgetting that horrific day when evil attacked us from the sky? 24-year-old videos I watched to help me remember. They showed a clear blue morning. It was the 11th of September. It started out as picture perfect, but became the day from hell. And once again, I watched on film as our mighty towers fell. Our Pentagon stood burning, and the field was a scattered plain. Firemen, police, and EMTs searched and died in vain. I watched the victims in shattered windows, their fate extremely dire, leaping to their grisly deaths, lest they burn in raging fire. 24 years have gone by for me, and those images faded away. Yet families of the many victims still live with them today. 24 years since that tragic day, and I'm still asking why so many of our country's people had innocently died. I ask, how can a man or woman be filled with so much hate without even knowing about a person, yet choose that person's fate? Yet 24 years hereafter, that hate is ever growing. It will attack us once again if we go on never showing we are mindful of how we lost loved ones, and letting hatred know we'll be sticking by our guns. We'll be sticking by our guns. While defending our great country and conquering all our fears, let us remember 9/11 throughout our nation's years. Thank you.